This video is made to help you with the take-home quiz number 8. This quiz is a little hard, just in case some of you did not quite get the concept and the practice in Excel. Here is a very good review. So what you see here is a currency strangle, which is made up of a put option and a call option. You can see that the terms are given here. You have the excess prices for the options and the price of the options called premiums. All right, but this time it's different from the assignment. I say that if the Canadian dollar fluctuates in certain range between $0.7 and $0.8, then what will be the maximum gain of the purchaser and what will be the maximum gain of a writer of the strangle. So basically, the maximum gain for a purchaser or a buyer is the maximum loss for the writer and vice versa. So the Canadian dollar just fluctuate not from 0 to infinity, but from 0.7 to 0.8. And you also need to solve for the break-even point of the strangle. So this is what you can do. There are several ways to solve for it, and I don't care which way you're going to use for your final exam, as long as you can solve for the maximum loss and the maximum gains for either the buyer or the writer. So let me just open up a brand new spreadsheet, and you can tell that I need to put a spot rate here, and then I will get the profit for call buyer and the profit for put buyer. All right, and the spot rate, well, you see that where should I start from? So it should be 0.7 as listed here. What will be the increment? And right here it says the put premium is 0.015. So let me just first copy and paste and put it here. And you can see that the number, the minimum change could be $0.005 per unit. So let me start with 0.7, and then I will just add 0.005, okay, because that's the minimum change from all these numbers. And then I will just drag it all the way down until I reach 0.8. Okay, and I need to increase the decimal. Oops. Okay, so these are all in dollars, increase decimal. Okay, and for the profit of the call buyer, so I'm going to incorporate the premium, negative $0.01. It's always in the formula for buyer profit. And then max 0, and then I will use the spot minus the strike. Okay, 0.78, and that's it. And for the put buyer, I will use negative 0.015 plus max of 0, or the strike minus spot. The strike price is 0.76 minus the spot. Okay, and then I can get the profit for strangle buyer, which is the summation of the two, because the strangle is about buying both put option and call option at the same time. Let me increase the decimal here. And for the profit of strangle writer is exactly the opposite of buyer's profit. All right, increase decimal, and then I just double click so the calculation will be replicated for the rest of the rows. All right, so based on this, you can create a scatter chart. So you can select this column for spot rate with title, and keep hitting control, hold control, and then select the profit for strangle buyer, and then insert, okay, a scatter chart right here, and then you go with scatter with the straight lines. So this is the profit for strangle buyer. Okay, so you can tell that the maximum gain based on the range happens when the spot rate is 0.7, and that is the profit at $0.035 per Canadian dollar. And when the Canadian dollar is between 0.76 and 0.78, the two strike prices, the profit for the buyer is the lowest, which is the negative of the summation of the two premiums. And you can just judge visually from this chart, or you can use the max function, all right? Just to select all of the profit for strangle buyer, okay? And that's the top profit. And you can also use the minimum function and get all this profits in your formula. So that's the maximum loss for the strangle buyer. Okay, and so for the writer, you can just get the negative of the buyer's profit. Okay, and then just check it out. So these are the two extreme for the maximum and the minimum loss or profit range for the option buyer, for the strangle buyer and the strangle writer. Okay, and you can also do like this. So let's just copy paste this part. Okay, this part, copy and paste. This is something new I just developed this morning, and that's gonna help you save a lot of time. All right, so you will see that all the formulas are in place, and you try to maximize the strangle buyer's profit. Okay, so now let me just put a random number here. Okay, so the spot rate can be anywhere. So I want to maximize the strangle buyer's profit, so I can use the solver function. It's under the data tab. You hit solver right here, and then there's a box coming up. The thing is, you need to install solver first, and that could be a little extra work. You need to hit file, and then you need to hit more, and you will see options. You might just directly saw the options once you hit the files, okay? And then you will see the add-ins, okay? Click on add-ins, make sure it's clicked, and then hit go, and make sure this solver add-in is checked and installed. Then click OK. All right, and then you go to the data tab to look for a solver and click on it. So if I ask you to solve for the maximum of the profit, so I would say I want to maximize this sale. Okay, just click on it by changing just the spot rate. Okay, just change the spot rate. And the spot rate will not change wildly. I need to add a range for the spot rate. So I will make the spot rate less or equal to 0.8 and add another one. The spot rate is greater or equal to 0.7. And then I hit OK. And then I click on solve. All right, so you can see that this is my final answer. So when the spot rate is at 0.7, the strangle buyer's profit is maximized at 0.035. Okay, and you can also perform the solver again, and this time you will just do minimize. All right, instead of maximize, you do minimize. Still, the spot rate is under the same constraints. You're changing the spot rate to reach the minimized answer, and then you hit solve. All right, so this is the minimized profit when the spot rate is at this particular value, but this one is the one you should report. So you can see that our answers are consistent with what we had before. The answers from a solver is consistent with what we had from this data analysis. And you can also just to get the writer's profit by putting a negative sign in front of the buyer's profit. Okay.